Hi Aquarius, and welcome to your past lives and soul contract reading. We are going to start by rolling some dice to get a little bit of information about the karmics and the soul contracts and the life lessons that you are working on this lifetime. So let's give them a little roll. Okay, wow, Aquarius, you are a popular person. First of all, we have two karmics coming in this lifetime. So they're going to come through your past life energy cards that I'm going to pull. So that's not to say you only have two, but there's going to be two quite intense karmic connections that you have this lifetime. And that could be through a friend, a family member, romance. All right. Next, we have the soulmate, soul contracts. And I don't know if I can get it to show you, but it's six. It landed on the 6. Maybe if I... There you go. There. Now you can see it. So there are 6 here, which means you have 6 solid soulmate contracts this lifetime. Again, these could come through friends, family, romance. And these are relationships that are going to be very supportive and loving to you. And it's not that any relationship is without its challenges, but it's a much different energy than karmic. So you have 6 very positive influences and relationships that you will have in this lifetime. And that's not to say you'll only have 6, but 6 are going to be quite significant and really stand out. Next is we have the heart chakra, and it's rolled on a 4. So you are going to have 4 very strong romantic relationships this lifetime, and these could be karmics or soulmates, but there's going to be 4 people that really capture your heart. That doesn't mean you'll only date 4 people, but again, 4 people will be very significant this life journey as far as who you love romantically. And lastly, for your soul lesson that you're working on, it rolled on a 1. So you are very focused on one thing this lifetime, and you know this came out for Pisces like this. So you have a very similar message that you are going to have a very profound awakening this life journey, Aquarius. And whether you are spiritual from birth or you develop into your spiritual essence later in life, either way, it doesn't matter. At some point in this journey, you're going to have a profound awakening. You are meant to truly ascend this life journey, which means you are wrapping up a very long cycle of your soul that you've been working on. These 2 karmics are energies that must finally be resolved so that you can move forward and move ahead. You have 6 really strong, solid soulmate relationships this life journey to help you with that. You're going to have 4 love relationships that expand your heart chakra and grow you emotionally, and it's to complete this major cycle you've been working on so you can ascend. So I'm going to start and get the main anchor for this reading, and this is the past life that is most significant to this particular journey. All right. So I just want you to kind of take a look at that and, you know, see if it brings any sort of, you know, activation, remembering, because this is the Hopi mask, and this is you had a life in the American Southwest. You have a big responsibility this lifetime. Many of you may feel as though you're light workers, you're starseeds, you're empaths, you're spiritually gifted. You definitely march to the beat of your own drum. You have always seen things differently. You're very sensitive to energies. All right, and this is talking about either having an incarnation in the Hopi tribe, or you had strong connections with the Hopi tribe in your last lifetime, and they really taught you and grew you and evolved you through their beliefs and their teachings. All right, so let's pull some more past life cards and dig a little deeper. All right, so if you were wondering, in your past lifetime, the one that is significant coming into this, you were old and wise, and you drifted away in your sleep. You went very peacefully. You did not suffer crazy trauma. You know, this life spent with the Hopi, it was a very long life where you gained quite a bit of wisdom, and that's why you're so spiritually based this life journey, and you went quite peacefully. Next out is the beggar. Okay, so this last life that's coming through, you did not have a lot of money, resources, abundance. You lived a very humble, perhaps poor life existence from start to finish, all right, with this showing up. And lastly, we have the courtesan. So this speaks for itself, you know, and being the beggar and, you know, having a very humble life and not having access to a lot of abundance. Some of you, you know, definitely resorted to this sort of income, and, you know, just depending on what point in history that you were a part of this tribe, this could have been, you know, where the Europeans came over and kind of took out the Native Americans, right? And then enslaved many of them. And so that could have been part of your journey, you know, and I kind of go two ways with this. So for some of you, it's just you were born into a life of poverty, and there was very few means of you to earn income and make money. Some of you, you know, coming through beggar, relying on the kindness of others, and some of you with the courtesan, you know, using your body or your sexuality to earn income. And, you know, with this particular card, I know there may be people that are triggered by it, but in the book, what this talks about is this is one of the oldest professions all throughout human history, all right? And it's the stigma that was attached to it through the Dark Ages when Christianity was really pushed across the globe, especially on the Native American Indians, okay? And so when that came about, it became a very impure thing, you know, not sex until marriage, and you can't give yourself away and all these things. And I personally believe, you know, when you come into an act intimately with somebody, there is an exchange of energy. And I don't, for me personally, because I'm where I'm at spiritually, that would be a very bad thing for me to do. Like, it would really throw me out of balance, you know. But for people who really enjoy multiple partners, I have nothing to say about that, because your body, your vessel, your life journey, and every experience is meant to teach you something. So for those of you that may feel a little bit triggered by this, please don't be. This is talking about the history of your soul. And this to me isn't like, oh, I just want to be, you know, sell myself. That's not the case that I get at all. It's like there was no really other option for money. It's the kindness of others, or, you know, sell what you have. And then for others of you, where I feel split is when, like, you were a bit enslaved and forced into this lifestyle. All right. But you lived a full, long life, and you did not die of illness or disease. You died very peacefully in your sleep. You were a wise old soul, and you touched many people in this lifetime. And this courtesan, this lifetime, many of you probably really understand the opposite sex and even the same sex, what makes them tick, how to get into their emotions, how to get into their mind. You really understand people. And, you know, in the bedroom, you guys probably steal the show, okay? You understand how to please people. And it's not just physically. This is not just a physical thing. It's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, okay? So you really understand people, and this life journey taught you that, how to read people like that. And so when you're like think in this life journey that you're clever and witty. It's your soul wisdom. Like you've learned people very, very deeply in the most intimate way possible, and many, many people, which gave you so much experience, which comes into this life journey, which makes you so wise, makes you able to read and understand people so very easily, okay? And so even though this is heavier energy, it taught you more than you can imagine, and you never lost sight or sense of your divinity or your light or your connection with the universe at large, okay? You were a very spiritual being despite this energy, and this life, you gained so much from it. Let's pull some more cards and go a bit deeper. All right, so we have the Mother, Medicine Man or a woman, and here's that Indian energy coming through again, and Health. Okay, so with the Mother coming through, whether you were a man or a woman, okay, because that goes either way, whether you were a man or a woman, you looked after many people, okay? If you were a woman, you were definitely a mother. If you were a man, you had a lot of very motherly, nurturing type of energy around you, where children felt very safe in your presence, okay? And again, you went into old age, so there's grandchildren around you, great-grandchildren around you as well. You were very loved, all right? Despite that, I'm telling you, don't be triggered by that, for those of you that are, because you were very loved and respected. You know, by everybody around you, medicine man, medicine woman. You knew how to work with herbs. You knew natural ways to heal people. You understood energy, and here you have Health. So you have like this doctor, nurse energy coming through, and it feels very holistic to me. And so part of this right here, the courtesan, is you provided so much more of a service to people, like their mental health, their emotional health, okay, their time with you, just who you were, your energy. And I do feel maybe at some point in your journey, other people who were, you know, in this profession, you helped them how to be safe and careful, and like different tips of like what to do. And I don't mean like techniques and things like that, but you were just very wise, very worldly, very experienced, very knowledgeable. Also, you were somebody who could really hold your own. So, you know, man or woman, you knew how to fight. You were resourceful. You knew how to take care of yourself. And for many of you, I do feel you were like a part of a bigger family or a tribe, and you provided, you were like the head of this family at some point, you know, at the end of your days here. So you were a very powerful and predominant being, all right? I mean, with that, I don't feel that anybody looked down upon you based on that, just whatever you offered in that capacity. And again, it could be because the options are few and far, and it was a different time, and it was viewed quite differently, or you had no choice and you were forced into that, and you did what you had to do to take care of yourself, to take care of your family. And so you were always very respected by everybody around you. So let's pull some tarot. And those of you who are in the health profession this lifetime, it's right here. And, you know, that could be a nurse, a doctor, a CNA, you know, a mental health worker, a social worker. You know, there's so many different ways to offer medicine and help heal somebody. And so those of you that are in that this lifetime, it comes from this past life experience. Like, you know what you're talking about, especially holistic healing. So we have the Emperor coming through and the Knight of Swords. Yeah, you, whether you were male or female, I'm telling you, you were ahead of a whole family or a whole tribe. Many people looked up to you and looked to you for protection or how to navigate really heavy, hard energies in their life. All right, and now we have the Four of Cups and the King of Cups. So you are showing as a very strong masculine energy for last lifetime. Just got to put that out there. But here with the King of Cups, that's you. That's how wise you were, how spiritually gifted you were, the healer that you are. And last lifetime, you really felt like you missed your calling, you missed the boat just because of this energy here that you were born into. And you did feel like you missed your calling, you missed the boat, like you had so much more to give and to offer this world. And now we have a Strength and the Eight of Pentacles, and that's coming out under this courtesan with the Health. And what this tells me is what I've already said to you is how much you helped people through this energy and how much you learned in that lifetime, the way that you learned people and like mentally, emotionally, what makes them tick, what triggers them, and also physically, you gained more insight in that last lifetime that you can possibly imagine when it comes to understanding people in general. And you were the best at what you did, and it spills over into this lifetime. You understand people, you know how to soften them, how to temper them, exactly what's depicted here on the Strength card. You could go into the lion's den and most people would be chewed up and had for dinner, but you come out leading the pack. That is who you are, and you acquired this your last lifetime. All right, let's kind of dig into the soul and look at your soul energy. And we will get into the karmic contracts and the soul contracts specifically, but I really want to get a good basis of who you were this last lifetime and what you're working on, because I know based on the crown chakra here that you are very focused this life journey, and it's about spirituality. Many of you are gifted spiritually. I shouldn't say many, all of you are. And you really understand people. So we have the false prophet, religions, and disillusionment. Yep. Okay, so with the false prophet coming out here, again, I do feel that you were alive. Like this lifetime is when, you know, the Europeans came over and pretty much took out the Native Americans and changed everything on American soil from that moment forward. You were a part of that, and no matter what was forced upon you, the doctrine that was tried to be forced upon you, you never lost sight of the true teachings of the Hopi. Like that always remained within you, and that's, you carried that on and you told the tale, you shared the story, the mother reading the book, you passed down the legends to the future generations that came after you, despite you could have lost your life or it was very taboo. You held true, and some of you, this could go even further back to the Dark Ages, and again, you held true to the teachings that you knew, and you did not receive the new doctrine, and you kept those stories and legends and teachings to move through the future generations. All right. And because look at what's next, you have religions. And so that was a big deal. Your last lifetime being, you know, a Native American here, that there was so much forced upon you, like your whole lifestyle forced upon you and changed. And, you know, you had to do a lot of things that would break most people, but you made the best of your situation. You stayed strong and you did the best you could do in these circumstances to preserve the truth and the light within your tribe, within your lineage. And you did that. And look at here with the disillusionment. This is, you know, how you learned people. You see the truth right away. You could read anybody. Like in this lifetime, you could have swindled people out of like thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. You could have been a quick talker, but that wasn't your energy. Even though you could have done that, it wasn't your energy. What you gained is you utilized for your own survival and the preservation of you and your family, opposed to using it in a negative way or to take advantage or to join the darkness that, you know, had came into your life. So you really held it together. You are such a strong soul. Oh my goodness. All right, let's pull some more cards. We have the throat portal, speak your truth, courage, suppression. Yeah, look at that. Your beliefs of your tribe was really suppressed, and you kept the truth and you kept it moving through the generations. All right, and that truth still exists within you today. Next to religions, we have harmonic resolution, negativity, anger, transmutation. And see, that's when I call it the darkness took over. That's just how I see it. Yeah, you were alive when that happened. And again, you held your ground. You did and said what you had to do to appease. But behind the scenes, you helped people, you spread the knowledge, you did a lot of work, a lot of charity work. Your life was not your own, Aquarius, this last lifetime. You know, I feel you were more pushed into these energies rather than making the choice, but you did the best you could with that to your advantage. And it was to protect your family, and you know, you were just very selfless last lifetime, let's say that. And now we have magic realms, belief, confidence, co-creative power. And this right here is who you are. This is what you've become by the way you learned people. You definitely tap into other dimensions and realms. You know how to read people's souls. Aquarius, nobody is safe around you. They cannot hide. They cannot lie. They could try, but you see right through that. And again, just based on everything that's come out this lifetime, your spiritual journey is meant to continue. It's interrupted here. In this lifetime, you're meant to have that freedom and not be oppressed and not be lied to, and have your entire identity and your lineage stripped from you and this new paradigm forced upon you. Absolutely not. Oh, I just love your energy, Aquarius. I do. All right, so let's get into these relationships. I'm going to look at your karmics first and see how those are playing out this lifetime. I didn't get much energy about last lifetime, so I'm assuming that these karmics were some of your oppressors and like roles being reversed this lifetime. Divine feminine of emotions, authentic, deep, empathic. So you have a water sign coming through, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and illumination, restoration, revelations, and vision. So one of these karmics that comes into this life journey, Aquarius, is going to be a very challenging connection for you. But the reason for it, the purpose for it, is it ultimately is the activation of this lifetime that really reminds you and starts awakening you to who and what you are, so that you begin that ascension process, this life journey. You are a spiritual leader and a teacher, just like you were your last life journey. All right, next is the Three of Emotions, celebration, date, good times. So this is definitely a romance. This over here could have been a family member, a friend, or a romance. This one's definitely a romance. And we have divine timing, cycles, shifts, timing. All right. This particular karmic is, there's just some unresolved energies between the two of you, and this could be your own negative energy or the negative energy that they bestowed upon you. Nonetheless, this does feel like a negative resolution of energy, and it's going to come through somebody that you date, and I feel that you get quite burned through this connection, hence it being a karmic. But after you move through the healing and you get to the place of the, you know, experience turning into wisdom, there's an activation within this connection. I feel this person like really cheats on you, and through that process, it breaks you down emotionally. But after all is said and done, you're stronger than ever. And that kind of BS, that game, that, you know, line they ran on you, nobody could ever do that again, because you're so wise. But this person, because you had this karmic energy to resolve, like it was like they were able to dupe you or hoodwink you, and you're like, how did I not see that? Because this is a major arcana, and you have a major arcana, so I know that these are kind of major life events to help shift you, activate you, and awaken you. And this one is very specific to the timing in your life when you need to be turned on, you know. And this one could be when it's like when the relationship is playing out, or many, many years later when you're reflecting and you're thinking back, but you're going to receive big time illumination through this karmic right here. All right, let's pull a couple more cards to look at the lessons behind this. Four of activations and Ace of activations. So that pretty much speaks for itself, that this karmic that is going to be a bit intense for you, because karmics always carry pain. They cut us open, they break us apart, and that's so we can transform into a new version. After this, when you come into that realization, there's just so much about like your past life experience that activates within you, and here you are birthing into that new version. And we saw that here in the dice when we first rolled, that you are going to have this major activation this lifetime, and this karmic is instrumental in that process. And over here we have the Six of Intuition and the Five of Intuition. So with that, and look at, you got activations over here and intuition both over here. With these, again, most people can't fool you, but because you have unresolved karmic energy, and I kind of feel like you may have, even though you're this like beautiful soul, this person you may have like kind of done dirty or burned last lifetime, because I feel like it's a payback to you this lifetime. And that's why they're able to fool you, because you have this karmic energy to resolve. And after all is said and done, you're gonna be like, God, why didn't I see that coming? But it makes you more in tune with yourself, with your motivations, with your intuition. And also you learn when, you know, some things must be sacrificed for the greater good of yourself. So those are the karmic energies. I want to look at the soulmate energies and what they mean for you this lifetime. And I'm not surprised you have 6, because again, you feel like you were the elder, the leader of a tribe, of a whole family here. So let's look at your soulmate connections, these 6 that came through right there. I just want to make sure they're super shuffled from the last looking at the karmics. Okay, so we have the Four of Roses, closed, greedy, selfish. This is somebody who could be like a friend or a family member, and most people probably don't like this person, but you adore this person. You get them, you understand them, they get you, they understand you. So this is somebody who is a bit more of an introvert, kind of like a hermit, a recluse, doesn't really like a whole lot of people, but you and this person are great. You guys get along so well. Next is the divine masculine of thoughts, articulate, intelligent, sophisticated. So this is a potential fellow air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. But this is somebody who is very intelligent. You know, they're probably well-to-do. They most likely work in an office. They could be in management or own their own business. They care about appearances, but they're just somebody who is very driven in this life, and this could be a friend, family member, or romance. We're going to pull more cards to better define. Next is the Ten of Emotions, happiness, togetherness, tribe. So this is somebody who feels like your family in your heart, whether it is like blood or a friend or a romance. This is a very solid connection, a tribe. You know your soulmates, and this is a lifelong connection right here. Next is the Seven of Roses, incompatibility, struggle, withering. So this particular soulmate, I feel is really strong in your life journey at some point, but then their story ends in the, you know, journey of your life. Their story comes to a point where it ends. So this feels like somebody who is more significant early on, like maybe from birth to 30, but then you guys kind of fall away and go your separate ways. They're a soulmate, but this is not a soulmate who's meant to walk with you your entire journey. And now we have twist of fate, big change, blessing in disguise, wake up call. So this is a soulmate where you're going to have a lot of unexpected twists and turns within your connection in your relationship. And considering this is the first one that it's come out as a major arcana, this is a very significant soulmate. And you know, no relationship is without challenges, even if it's meant to be more experienced in the light. But this right here looks to be your most significant soulmate so far. And lastly, we have the bringer of thoughts, apology, or facts and truth revealed. So this is another air energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. And it doesn't have to be that it's an air sign. It's just they really hold those air qualities. This is somebody who is very factual. They might be like a little bit dry in their delivery when they're expressing or communicating themselves. But this is somebody that you can trust. And emotionally, mentally, this is somebody who is less than you. So they're not as mature as you. They may be younger than you. But these are the 6 that have showed up on this dice. And let's pull some cards. I do feel this one is the strongest for like a romance, but let's take a look. Because remember, we'll look at the heart connections as well. There's 4 people that will steal your heart this lifetime, Aquarius. Okay, so the lessons healer and the upgrade. All right, so this is more air energy, but this particular soulmate is somebody who is very healing to your soul. You're very healing to their soul, and just different things you guys talk about or experience with each other, it like expands you, it upgrades you. This might be somebody who knows like a bunch of like useless knowledge and facts, and you always learn something new when you talk to them. Or this could be somebody who's very spiritually based and wise, and just the conversations you share is very stimulating to your soul. But this is a very healing connection, a safe, solid connection that will never hurt you or harm you. Under the divine masculine, we've got the manifestations mentor and the manifestations healer. Okay, so there's some strong earth energy coming in with this air, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This person feels more like a parent, a grandparent, an aunt, an uncle, a mentor. All right, because with the manifestations mentor, this is somebody who is very smart and wise with money. They're business savvy. You know, they could be an entrepreneur. They know a lot when it comes to money and finances and business and how stuff works. And so they want to teach you a lot of that. And it could be, you know, their delivery could be a bit boring, but this person is going to teach you a lot this lifetime, especially around money. And then coming through as the manifestations healer, it almost kind of feels like this is two people, even though we've got six. And again, this is like a mother and a father, or an aunt and an uncle, or like a male and a female figure in your life that feel motherly and fatherly. That's what this energy is, where you look up to these people, you gain advice from these people. And the manifestations healer, you know, this is somebody who is very wise, and understanding and giving and loving, and you can always count on this person to bring you advice that you need at the right time and direct you, you know, when you are feeling a little bit lost. So I honestly feel this divine masculine is talking about two people, and if it's not, then this is somebody who is like a mother and a father in one. They're just very wise, powerful, as well as you know, nurturing and compassionate. All right, under this 10 of emotions, we've got cosmic consciousness and energy balance. So these are two major arcanas coming through with this. This person, I feel, you know, well, we know they're a soulmate, but I feel it's romantic, because it's almost as though like they feel like the other half of you, and you guys have this really special connection where you communicate telepathically. You're really in tune with their energy. They're very in tune with your energy, and it's not just a physical connection. This is, you know, spiritual and goes beyond the intangible. So this right here, this 10 of emotions, I really feel this is a romantic soulmate partner to you. Under the 7 of roses, we have the intuition, spirit guide, and the passage. So with the spirit guide coming through with this soulmate, there's a lesson that you guys have agreed to receive with each other. And again, this isn't meant to be crazy like with the karmic. And you guys have both been trying to receive these energies from each other for multiple lifetimes, and it just hasn't played out. So this lifetime, there is a spirit guide that's going to ensure that this connection plays out exactly as it's supposed to, and you both receive what you're meant to receive, because the passage, that's past life energy right there. It's coming into this life because you guys have failed to receive this lesson. And once you do, there's beautiful activation of your past life gift, your understanding of, you know, the Hopi traditions and teachings and all of that. It's in your soul, and it's meant to come forth this lifetime. All right, so under twist of fate, we have past life portal and lessons mentor. Ooh, okay, so this is a soulmate that may have a very similar feel to a karmic. This is somebody that you have been working with for many lifetimes, just with the past life portal showing up. But as a lessons mentor, oh, Aquarius, this is where you learn a lot of hard, painful lessons about life. And I feel it's more about what this person goes through and what happens to them that hurts you so deeply, is watching it unfold and play out. All right. And with the lessons mentor, the reason for that is this is your biggest teacher in your past several lifetimes. And this person grows you in different ways every lifetime. And in this lifetime, it's going to be no different. There's going to be a lot of heaviness and pain and challenge that plays out during this life journey. And I feel it's more about just what you watch this person go through. But for some of you, it's them teaching you different lessons, okay? And they're heavy, they're painful, but you've got to learn them to move forward, to complete this soul cycle you're in. And this particular person, you guys, again, lifetimes with past life portal coming through. And we do have twist of fate, big change, shake up, bringer of thoughts. We have the activations totem and the 5 of intuition. All right, so this is somebody who leads you in the right direction through some sadness. It's like rejection is a redirection and God's protection. So this particular soulmate, at some point, I feel you guys also go your separate ways. And the way that that goes about is truly to put you on the right path forward, okay? So those are the soulmate connections that are coming through. Let's go ahead and take a look at these heart connections and look specifically at romance. And you've got 4 there, so all right, so we have the 5 of emotions, broken heart, missing you, remorse, attached to the bringer of thoughts, apology or facts, trust revealed. Okay, so this is that soulmate coming in, and it's pretty much just a confirmation of, you know, things not working out, you guys going your separate ways, and there is a broken heart attached here, you know, but this is a soulmate. What's playing out between you and this person isn't resolving of negative energies or karma from previous life. This broken heart, this sadness is meant to activate you and open you up, to put you on your path forward, to regain some footing. So this particular like heart connection is a soulmate. That's why you love them. It feels strong, but you guys are not meant to be ever after. And really strong air energy again, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Next we have the 8 of emotions and the 9 of emotions. So this right here is a person that I feel walks away from you. This life journey, they end the romantic partnership and connection, and you may initially be sad by it, but ultimately it brings you like blessings and magic. So this person, this romance, you may be a bit devastated and sad when it walks away from you, but shortly thereafter there's a major transformation in your life, and you have a big time blessing, and it's almost like ha ha ha, you missed out, but you're happy that you saw the truth. You're happy that this person is no longer in your life when this beautiful thing happens for you. So it's like them, you know, walking away aligned you to some really good stuff in your life, and so you're okay with the fact that they walked away. Next is the 6 of emotions and the 3 of flames. All right. And so this tells me that there's going to be a romance, this life journey, where you guys are going to kind of be back and forth at different points in your life and your romance together. But there comes a point where you guys will come together and align for good. Longing, nostalgia, return, growth, patience, waiting. So again, I do feel there's some back and forth, but this feels like twin flamey energy for me. Like this is the one you belong with. All right, and lastly, we have the messenger of thoughts, telepathic messages, and compromise, flow, harmony, opposites attract. So again, you have more air energy, but also this could be a Sagittarius, and with these two paired up, this is somebody who is completely opposite of you. And remember, these are the main 4 loves of your life, this one right here being the most significant right there. And this one, this is somebody who's very opposite and different from you. You guys really connect at the soul, okay? But I don't feel like there's enough compatibility for like a long-term relationship with this person. You have a lot of fun with them, and you do have this telepathic communication, really nice soul bond, but the flow and the harmony, I don't feel it can last. Either you're much younger than them or they're much younger than you, and if it's not about age, I just feel they're a lot more immature than you are, and that's really hard for you to deal with. But this is definitely somebody who is your opposite. So out of all of these, I want to dig into the soulmate, the twin flame. I see right here And this is definitely going to be a love that stands out among all the others. This first one over here really breaks your heart, and you might think it's the one that got away, but then like this person is truly the love of your life. Oh, and do you see who jumped out? Nope, you can't see who jumped out. Okay, so this is who jumped out, Lessons Mentor. We saw this as a soulmate energy. Okay, so this love of your life is somebody who is really going to challenge you and stretch you and grow you this lifetime, as well as you do that for them. And now we have the activation spirit guide, because again, you both are working towards completing this larger soul cycle, so you can step through the portal. And you know, much like Pisces, I feel many of you, with this completion, the evolution you gain this life journey, you have access to go into other dimensions and other worlds that you can't even imagine being embodied in the human form, where you didn't have the rites of passage in your past lifetimes because you weren't there yet, you hadn't evolved yet. This lifetime, you're wrapping it all up, you're ready to evolve, to walk through. Also, there is a spirit guide that oversees this relationship and connection between you and your twin flame, and will ensure that everything that's supposed to happen and play out between the two of you, so you both can step through this portal, happens. Next is 21 mastery. Yep, look at that, you guys. This, oh, so beautiful. This soulmate, this twin flame of yours, you guys are both meant to come into mastery this lifetime. So there will be struggles and ups and downs with this relationship, a lot of activation and lesson, but that's because you both really want to complete this larger cycle of the soul, and you both want to be able to step through the portal into these other dimensions and worlds together. All right, you don't want to have any, like, sorry, I'm getting tongue tied. It's like you guys won't leave each other behind. So if you had completed your soul evolution, but your twin flame had not, you would not step through that threshold without them, without like your soul. Okay, next out is the 3 of manifestations. So this might be where we have 3 goes at it, where you guys, you know, break up 3 times, but you will always come back together. Next is the 3 of lessons. So there's 3 lessons that come from past lifetime, and this doesn't have karmic energy. This is your soul lessons that you guys are really working to complete. There's 3 strong ones for both of you, and it's hard. There's a lot of pain, and it's like with the 7 of manifestations, this is going through dark night of the soul, where you really have to shed a skin, and you see that little bit of red of the flower, to step into the new, to step into new dimensions, new worlds. Next out is dark night of the soul. Yeah, so there will be a dark night of the soul journey attached to this twin flame journey with this person. 10 of activations, but man, here you are completing again. So you've got mastery and you got the 10 of activations. That tells me you both are perfectly aligned in your soul lessons, and you refuse to do it without each other, but you both will get there this lifetime for sure. And now we have the star seed. So some of you, this is your confirmation that you come from somewhere else, Pleiades, you're Syrian, but so does this particular relationship, this twin flame, this soulmate. You guys come from, you know, a different place, and you've been doing work and mission on this planet, which, hello, that would make sense because of this heavy, hard life that you were given last lifetime, but how beautiful and wise, and how you just led and you kept it all together. This is who you are. This is your energy, as well as this soulmate. So those are the heart connections, Aquarius. And I just want to look at, you know, the soul lesson here, that main focus of the completion of this long journey, and just get a little bit of sense about that, and then we will be wrapped up. All right, Aquarius, let's see. Five of Manifestations, you transform into a whole new energy with this lifetime. See, you're leaving the lower, slow vibration of the earth plane behind, and you're transcending into other dimensions. I'm telling you, Aquarius. Dark night of the soul. So you will go through dark night of the soul this lifetime, but it's to shed all that doesn't belong. And now we have the lessons healer. You will have love and support along your journey that will help you through the whole process. And the upgrade, that's the big time activation, awakening, and ascension that happens in this life journey. And the 11 manifestations totem. And this is about trickery and betrayal. So after you go through this major awakening, activation, upgrade in your life, nobody can lie to you anymore, Aquarius. They can't lie to you. They can't deceive you. Again, you have that natural ability to really read and understand people. But there are some that slip by, and after you awaken to all of what you are, there's just no way. There is no way. And also with this, I do feel there's going to be a point where you might have some remorse in your heart about choices you made early on in this life journey. After you go through this activation and this awakening, and you're like, if only I had known. And Spirit's like, don't worry about that. Your life journey has played out exactly as it was supposed to. You've had a spirit guide ensuring all of this. You were wrapping up a major cycle and completion. And I feel like I need, you know what, for you guys, Aquarius, I'm going to go grab my other deck really quick, because I feel like there's something missing from the delivery here. And I'm like, what is it? This reading's already an hour long. So we are going to look at the hidden worlds, because I really want to see where you're going after this lifetime. Maybe it's my own curiosity, but let's see. I really want to know, where is Aquarius headed after this lifetime? All right, so those wanted to jump out, and I didn't want them to fly. So what do we have here? Skyfire, messages, channels, information. Oh my gosh, look at that. Some of you are going to like walk amongst the angelic realm. You're going to be a spirit guide, but also Skyfire. There's other homes, other star systems in Aquarius. That is where you're headed after this lifetime. Now we have the meditation, peace, relief, sanctuary. The life that comes after this is nothing like an earth experience. It's very peaceful of the soul, and you've earned this, okay? You've earned it because you've been working really hard for many lifetimes. And the path of the gods, decisions, meetings, future plans. So some of you are going to return to the non-physical and go to the pure consciousness realms and spend some time there, and may become, you know, part of the Council of Light, or, you know, connect with the angels and oversee, you know, the evolution of humanity. So Aquarius, you guys are very special beings, very wise old souls. I see that in the past life cards and everything else that has come through. So those are your messages. I hope this reading has helped you, and I'm sending you guys lots of love and light. Take care.